162 kilometers per hour. Wind speed 162 plus the wind speed equals 183. That'd be 21. So I took my airspeed of 162, plugged it into this first equation. 162 plus W equals 183. Looking at this a little bit more basically, your airspeed is going to be the average of these two. Your wind speed will be the difference between that average and the extremes. So if you find the middle number between 141 and 183, that's your airspeed. The only other one along those lines, but it is written a little bit differently, is number 7. So let's go look at number 7. And read it to yourself. Now that question at the end, find the speed of the plane in still air, that's your airspeed, and the speed of the wind. So we're trying to find the same thing, but what haven't they given us that they gave us in the last problem? The wind ground speed? The ground speed. The ground speeds. We don't have the ground speeds. Now, remember, ground speed is miles per hour or kilometers per hour, something like that. So do we have the number of miles?
Yeah.
Do we have the number of hours? So can we find miles per hour? Okay, so miles per hour is miles divided by the hours, miles per hour. So going there, it took 5 hours. So if you take 580 divided by 5, you get 160 miles per hour. So that's with the wind. There you go. So you have to do a little math before you set your equations up. The trip back took 10 hours. $116. I misheard you. Sorry. I was just going off what someone said. I heard 160, not 160. Thank you. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah. 5 times 16 is 80. So the trip back, now this is going against the wind, took 10 hours. So how fast was their ground speed coming back home? So you got to take 580 divided by 10, which would be 58. So now you have your with the wind and against the wind. Now you can set it up like we did on number 2. $87. 87.29. Yeah.
You just use the image. Yeah. And then you just fill it out like the other day.
Should be A plus W equals 116. A minus W equals 58. Oh, don't do 58 divided by 2. You have to add 58 first, and then divide the answer by 2. Now divide it by 2.
I remember that.
Okay, I just sometimes miss the step. Out.
You have to know how to type it in the calculator. Alright, the rest of these should be like number 1. So I'm going to let you go back to number 3, see if you can get that set up. Check with me if you want, before you try to solve it, see if you have it set up correctly. This one does, if you can get stuff figured out with a little bit of math, number sense, that's okay, but I do at least want the equations written out. Okay, this is going to be one that, if you think about what the situation's saying, you can figure it out without actually doing a whole lot of extra math.
Wait, so you want us to fill it out?
So at least get the equation. If you can figure some of this out without going through all the systems of equation steps, that is okay, but I at least want the system written down. Does that make sense? Because when you look at this one, how much is a lemon meringue pie? Just by looking at the problem. Yeah. Because you see, the apple pie stayed the same. The lemon meringues increased by 1. So 1 lemon meringue pie is going to cost $14. If you go through the steps, you're going to get the same thing, just like what we talked about up here. If you go through the steps, you'll get that same thing. It's okay. I guess I just gave you the system for number 3. So anytime you want me to check a system before you start working it, just let me know.